Hi guys, this is a quick video of how I turn a Dollar Tree piggy bank into a light box. I do plan on putting a sublimation image on there. So I will go ahead and scratch the words off because I discovered that the words can come off pretty easily. So I'm just using my Cricut tool and poured in all the hot glue gun that's on it that I use for another project. So I'm just scratching and scratching. Okay, so now I finally got all the wording off it. I will just wipe it up a little bit so I can get like any little white spots. This is the back. They haven't had an image on there that you can see through the glass. I will remove this image. So this is the spot where I will put my sublimated image on. I will be sublimating on a piece of blue Oracle vinyl, and I am putting a basketball player image on here. But first I will put the laminate on that blue paper, and then these are my lights that I will put in there. I did order these lights from Mercari website, so I can't really remember how much I paid for them, but it was a pretty good deal. A box of 4, and also have remote controls too. And I will need 2 AA batteries in order to make my light function, so we can just test it now and see if the lights are working before we continue with this project. Okay, so I have my image printed and I will go ahead and cut that image. I will try to cut it as close as possible in order to fit on that space. And now that I have my image all cut out, I will go ahead and put the Oracle vinyl on the heat press. We will be using laminated also. Okay, so I'm going to place a piece of regular printer paper down. I'm going to set my vinyl on top of that. And then we will place the laminating sheet on top. And then I will place the wax paper. I always check to make sure there isn't like lint or dirt behind my laminating sheet, just because I have a roll and I guess I'm not pretty sure what I'm rolling out. And we'll let that press at 385 for 50 seconds. I usually take it to 50 seconds. With this vinyl, I could have taken it to probably 35 seconds. And here we go. So my Oracle vinyl is stuck onto the paper that I placed on the bottom, but as long as you cut all 4 edges, it will come right off, because that middle part where the vinyl itself is did not get stuck onto the paper, because there's no laminating sheet that can let it stick on there, if that makes sense. So let's just cut the edges, and here we go. I am trying to get this as small as possible to fit in my space. I am satisfied with what I got, but it wasn't perfect. We all know it doesn't always turn out perfect, but I will say it was okay. So I'll be settling for this size, and now I will place the image on there and take it over to the heat press, and we will press that at 400 degrees for 50 seconds. That's on my temperature zone, guys. Everybody's temperature is slightly different. It's not always the same, and I can say that depend on your heat press. I am just cutting a piece of tape so I can tape it down so my image doesn't move. First I used to freestyle, but I realized that the tape actually works in holding stuff in place in order to avoid ghosting, smearing, smudges. So I'll just tape that down, and I will take it over to the heat press. And as usual, I place my printer paper over my image in order to collect extra ink residue. So far, I did get some gunk and junk on my heat press, so I'm trying to avoid any excessive until I can clean it pretty good. And I also been placing the shirt on my heat press too, because the vinyl is sticky and directly on your mat, it leaves your mat sticky. So I guess that's just something that I have to work on. Okay, so I'll just press it down and wait for it to be ready. And here we go. Time is up, or I'm back. And let's take a look at how our image turned out. On a white article, it would have popped, but blue and pink was my lightest color. And since this is a male thing going on here, we use the blue. But I do believe that the light will make it pop or give it some brightness. So now we'll just peel the back off and we'll go ahead and try to stick this on there as even as possible. So, like I said, it doesn't always turn out perfect, but you always try your best to get it on there as best as you can. And we'll just stick that on there. So that is the back of that is the back of the piggy bank that we're turning into a light box. So I'll take my light and I figure I'll unroll this, and the piggy bank where you put the money in, I will push the light through that hole because I will hot glue gun the box on top of behind the piggy bank, or should I be calling it my light box. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get that string in there, that light string, and just trying to make sure that it's clean and doesn't have any little lint or little white stuff from scratching off the words on there, and also wiping any fingerprints that might have got stuck on there too. So I guess you can just see how I decided that I was gonna roll this out and just like string it through until I realized that you work smarter, not harder. Okay, so I figure this is getting all tangled and this will take me a while. So here goes the smart part. We'll just crush that together and we will stick it in there. Make sure we get it all in there at once. There we go. And then I'll just tape the lights around the edges. Because I have a display image, I will put the lights around the edges and tape it down. That way we can see the image and the light is not all over the box, like in front of the box. Maybe if you had like a vinyl, that's a good thing. Like a vinyl print only, not vinyl, but a laminated print on the glass. Then you can just like have the light in there, whichever way. I might try that next. So I'm using regular tape from the Dollar Tree. And guys, I got all the stuff from the Dollar Tree except the light. I do plan on making a different kind of light box, but I hope the Dollar Tree still have these little piggy banks when I go back. And we'll just get the tape on the edges. This project is almost over with. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and let's keep making videos together or learning together. We all have different ideas and different things we can share. So let's get that going and keep that going. And I am just taping and taping and taping and taping, and I will be right back. Oh, here we go. I got my light in my box, and I will put the back on. Remember, we put the image on the back. That way, when we lift it up, you will be able to see the images. I am just hot glue gun the light control onto the back of the box. I did put a good amount of glue in order to make sure that it doesn't come falling off. And what I like was it has a remote control. I totally forgot until I went back in the box and I found the remote control for the light. And there we go. That's perfect. And you can see the image and the lights. You can change different settings on this light. If you can see, it's blinking all different sort of way. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try a light box also. If you can find it at your Dollar Tree, it is an awesome project. You can do anything with it. You can make Christmas decor with it also. This is one of my favorite pieces. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.